Today's Spotlight is brought to you in part by presenting sponsor, Busey Bank. Busey, your dream, our promise. Welcome back to Spotlight. I'm your host, Jane Wernette. I'm joined now by Tom Parker and Pablo Araya from the Judd Kendall VFW Post 3873. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Glad to have you here. Always nice to talk with you folks, particularly before we get into Memorial Day. I'm going to start with you, Tom. Talk a little bit about the VFW Post and who qualifies to be a member of it.
Okay, great question. The VFW Post, obviously here in Naperville, much like every other VFW Post, is comprised of veterans. That's the first requirement to be a member. Then what happens, not all veterans, unfortunately, can join the VFW. There is a specific list of dates, conflicts that are put out by the national organization, and if a veteran participated in one of those campaigns during that specific time frame, then they're eligible to be part of the VFW.
Okay, so it is a little bit more specific than one thought, maybe.
A little bit more specific, and again, it's not meant to exclude anybody, but just because of how the organization was formed, that's how they determine who qualifies to be in it.
Okay, I understand. Now, Pablo, talk a little bit about your current membership.
Boy, we have everything from World War II veterans to young veterans that just might have come home from Iraq or Afghanistan, and everything in between. We have Korean veterans, Vietnam veterans are probably our biggest numbers right now. We have females, we have males, we have every branch, Marine Corps, Army, Air Force, Navy. I'm not sure if we had a couple of Coast Guards. I don't know if we still have Coasties, as we call them.
Okay.
To add on to Tom's statement, though, earlier, another way, if you're a veteran out there watching and you might try to disqualify yourself and say, boy, I was never in combat or whatever. Another way to do it is you look at the website and it'll tell you what medals qualify you. Because what happens is if you were in a certain place at a certain time, you receive a medal for that or a ribbon, and those are that's another way to know if you qualify.
Okay. Well, it certainly sounds like you have not only a robust but a very diverse membership.
We have a very diverse membership, and we have, I think, 710 members. Of that, of course, not everybody's active, but we have a very active post. We're very lucky in that sense. Everybody wants to come out and help.
Wonderful. Now, Tom, give us an idea of some of the things that you do, because I know, as you mentioned, Pablo, you're active. Give the viewers a little bit of an example of what you do.
Okay, well, and from our perspective, there are three things we like to focus on. First and foremost is assisting other veterans. That is the main reason we're there. The second thing we'd like to do, and I think this is how we're most widely known within the community, is we like to promote patriotism not only within the community, but in the schools as well. So we focus a lot of our energies on that. And then the third thing we do, as Pablo mentioned, because we have such a diverse group of members, is to do social events that get not only the veterans together so they can interact with each other, but it allows members of the community to come in as well and interact with us. And those are the three main things we focus on.
Okay, so Pablo, talk a little bit more about some of the stuff that you do that assists other veterans.
Well, we have the Assistance Relief Fund, which is a fund where we might help a veteran in need. We visit, we have a group of veterans, a very loyal group of veterans, and then others that join in, and volunteers that go to Hines Hospital every second Tuesday of every month. They may go there to play bingo in the spinal unit, and then maybe go and sing Christmas carols to the blind unit, or whatever the function is for that particular month.
Okay.
We used to play bingo. What other things we do? You know, what's interesting now is we're having a cadre of younger veterans coming in, and it's like a neighborhood. So when a neighborhood is well established, and you move into it, and you have kids, and all the kids are playing on the street, and then that neighborhood ages, the kids grow older, and now it's not so many kids in the neighborhood. Then those people retire, they move to Florida, new people move into the neighborhood, they have kids, and so it's a cycle. Well, the VFW is no different. So right now we're at a cycle where we're having more young veterans show up that have kids. And so we do things so that a veteran with kids can also go there to the post, because we want them obviously to come, but we have maybe the Easter egg hunt. We'll have Christmas parties again where we have Santa come. Things that we maybe had stopped doing for a while because the post was aging. Now we're getting the younger veterans in there again with families, and that's what we're looking for.
That's nice. You want to keep engaging them.
And keep
all the
engaging
time
them,
we're
and then-
engaging them.
So that's some of the things we do. What else, Tom? Can you think of
Wonderful.
anything?
Well, I know we have a group, and it's kind of a joint VFW American Legion group that every Saturday morning they go to a different retirement community and visit with the veterans there, and that's kind of taken on some speed, and folks look forward to that. But as Pablo mentioned, just a number of different events to get out and visit with folks maybe that aren't as mobile, and then also to get folks back into the organization, again, where they can interact with people that have something in common from the military.
Well, and I think that whole service piece is such an, every time we've had guests on that talk about they come from the services, there is that sense of community and that opportunity to be able to talk and socialize and support. So I think that's really great.
Absolutely.
Also, I know you do, because I've been lucky enough to be in the schools when you've been there, but you do a lot to promote patriotism within the schools and within the community. Say a little bit more about that, Tom.
Yeah, well, and I'll start out because, again, there are a number of things we're very well known for in the schools and the community with regard to patriotism, but I think a couple of things I do want to mention that folks don't know as much about is we have a number of programs where we offer scholarships. We have one program for the high school kids called Voice of Democracy. It's an audio essay competition where students can get all the way to the national level and win a $30,000 scholarship.
Wow, that's amazing.
It is. It truly is amazing. Then we also have one for the middle or junior high school students. It's a written essay called Patriot's Pen. Again, we offer monetary prizes for that, and children can compete all the way up to the national level for that as well. A couple of the other things we do is we have a Teacher of the Year program and Scout of the Year programs where we look at individuals that are promoting patriotism or, from a teacher perspective, incorporating that as part of their curriculum. And so we like to recognize that as well. But those are a few things that, like I say, we do every year, but probably don't get as much press as the major events that we participate in.
Well, and I think they're nice because they're programs that are targeted to young people and bringing folks up through and having them think about patriotism and all of those kinds of things associated with it. So that's wonderful.
They are.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by. We know you've got the big parade coming up here shortly, and so we wish you the best of luck with that and all the good work that you're doing on behalf of those that have served our country. So thank you.
You're welcome.
If you would like to find out more about the many ways that the VFW assists veterans and promotes patriotism, please go and visit their website. We're going to take a quick break, but stay tuned. We're coming right back with more Spotlight.